All right, good morning out there. Let us make sure that we're operating properly. I didn't mess up a setting when I did a thing. Checking 1, 2. Checking 1, 2. Okay. All right. And here we go. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, various other places, try to make a few extra bucks online. This morning, we have something upside down in my background, and I'm going to fix that. There we go. Much better. Now you're not bothered, and neither am I. Anyway, I have a couple of finds, nothing huge from this weekend, but I had 9 sales, which is a really good weekend for me. So we're going to jump into that and go over some of that stuff, and including some stuff you need to keep an eye out for. And also, I actually put a video out, a how-to video, and I'll discuss that in a few minutes as well. So first up, I think the easiest thing to get to is going to be my coffee cup. And then next, we're going to jump into the stuff I sold. So let's see here. All right. Start low, go high, I guess, is what the order is going to be here. Also, what's easier to get to? Stay. Okay, that. Actually, it's going to be books. Oh, no, clothes then books. Sold clothes, sold books, sold models. You'll see that. All right, first up, this bad boy. This is a Rapdom Tactical Gear brown baseball cap, adjustable with the Velcro hat. This went for $10. Love finding stuff that's closer to being actual mil spec or some of the more high. It's $10 hat, but this is a good, decent quality hat. I almost kept it. And maybe if it was a different color, I might have. But also, I'm not military and I don't want to pretend to be. So this went for $10. This has like Velcro stuff on the side too, places you can put patches. But real good quality hat. I like finding these, like flipping them, this type of thing. You find for $1 or $2, grab them, flip them. Great if you can find them in lots as well. So, all right. Next up, something I thought would go a little higher and a little faster, but it also didn't find it in that one, like this may have sold faster in like if I found it in November or something. But this is a fun working Lilo Stitch light up Christmas sweatshirt. I'm not going to turn it on right now, but it's got some LED lights in it that actually work, and that was neat. This went for $11. A little surprised at that. To me, this seems like this is $20, $25, but it's not. $11, but it's profit. I think I got that at last chance, which means it cost me no more than $1.25. So that's a good find there. All right, next up, we're into books. Let's see. Okay, these sat for a little bit, but we're going to do this one first. This one didn't sit for a little bit. Last Starfighter paperback went for $10. This is a second or third one of these that I've sold. So don't sleep on movie novels. Not all of them sell, but you can occasionally find one that does okay. So again, Last Starfighter paperback, easy $10. This is the second or third one I've sold around that price. Next, this batch, the Disney Channel Descendants paperbacks, books 1 through 4. This went for $15, and I think this thing's been sitting for 6 months. So again, this is one of those situations where if you see something and it's a contiguous series, this is 1 through 4. If you find something like that, it's worth grabbing, it's worth picking up, and it's worth trying to flip. Um, I'm there's only a few series that I will grab individual books and set aside. But usually, if I just found one of these by itself, I'm not grabbing and storing it and waiting. You want to find them all of them together if you're going to flip them. So would I do this again for 50? If sold for $15, I got the room. I probably would because this probably cost me $2. So it's a little bit worth it. Like a lot of books, it's got a long tail, and you want to be cheapest in something like that for it to flip. Or if you're a small time seller, you want to be the cheapest non like thrift book sale if you've got real pictures. So anyway, there's that. All right, next up is we're gonna go with this one. Second Confession by Rex Stout. This is a Nero Wolfe mystery. This is what's the year on this? This is 1949 book club edition. I don't know if this is a true first. The Nero Wolfe Rex Stout stuff, you may find actually a big chunk of paperbacks of those sitting around, and those are okay to lot up and resell. But you got to make sure you get those inexpensively, 50 cents to $1 a piece. The older hardcovers do okay. This one went for $19. I've sold the hardcovers anywhere between $10 and $20, particularly if they've got a dust jacket, which this one does. So $19 sale, good find. I think I've been sitting on this. This has been months. I don't think I've had this for a while. Also, so you gotta be willing to sell on the Rex Stout stuff too. The batches of paperbacks I have sold quicker. So anyway, finally, Swords Against Darkness. This is a sword and sorcery anthology short stories. This one actually has a Robert Howard, the guy who wrote Conan, in it, one of his. And so, fun find. Actually, it's a good book if you're into sword and sorcery and Conan the Barbarian type stuff, which I am. But this is actually a really good book for that genre. And there's several of them out there, and I think I've got one of the 2 or 3 on my stack of to be read books. So anyway, and this one went for $25. I think the guy meant to try to get it for 19, or he did 15 and messed up on his purchase, but I'm not 100% certain. Maybe somebody else bought it before he could finalize, but this went for $25. So this was a real good find. This is not an easy to find book. So anyway, good morning, Kevin Hawthorne. Again, good morning. Thanks for joining me again. Sip to that. And you're here. You just got in for the good stuff too, Kevin, because we're about to dive into my really good sales this morning. First up, I sold 3 airplane models, Boeing type airplane models. There's this one that this is a 757 model by Eastern Express. It's like a Russian company. And this went for $32. And then and these 2 went to the same guy, and I think this is a foreign purchase. This is a Boeing 767, and this is a Boeing 787, and one went for 30, and this went for 35 to the same buyer, which is Sup Hourly Flipper. Yep. Those went to the same buyer, which is when I do free shipping on everything, and when you do that, it is a bonus. So these were all good flips, and all you hear is boing. Well, I didn't. So I tested my audio earlier, hourly, so and it came out fine. So anyway, oh, Boeing, yeah. Anyway, so airplane models. I thought you were having audio problems. Anyway, airplane models. grab them when you see them. These were $10 a piece, which is a stretch for me to buy anything just about. I'm the type of guy that if I'm going to spend $10, I better make something out of it. And so I bought 4 models at $10 a piece, and they all sold on eBay for $30 a piece or higher, which meant I'm making, after eBay and shipping and all that sort of stuff, I'm probably pocketing about $10 per model. So that's a good profit. They flipped in less than 2 weeks at those prices. So they were particularly these Boeing 747, 767. These types of models are the big jets. They're not easy to find, and they're pretty decent demand. They went real quick. So keep an eye out with that. And I would say in all of these models, they were open box, unbuilt, which is great. Because sometimes you may have guys, I don't know necessarily know enough about the model community as to how much I know they probably like good condition boxes, but I don't know how much they care about uh, keeping things sealed, or if they'd rather open them and build them. But all of these were open box. I mean, some of the parts were still wrapped in the plastic and in sealed plastic. So those are the best models to find. I like finding models to flip. They're not heavy. Sometimes the dimensions are awkward. I think I got a box that'll fit them, and sometimes that's a pain. But other than that, uh, they're great. They're great flips. Models have always been really good flips. If you pay attention and look them up and realize what you're getting and that sort of stuff. So, classic car models, uh, semi truck models. I haven't run into those in a long time. There was, a long time ago, I think I bought a handful of semi truck models and made a mint on because it was like discontinued models and they went for 50, $60 a piece. So those were great finds. So, okay. So is that everything I sold? That is everything I sold. On to, I think, one interesting find that I'm going to go with. And then because I don't think two interesting finds. First is this. This is you say that's an old toolbox. What's an old toolbox? $25 old toolbox. Diston, my buddy. This is like a vintage 1950s, 1960s metal toolbox, all metal. No clean, no rust, a little paint wear on it. Type of thing that if I had something, I actually have a couple things like this I've actually hung on to and occasionally use. But this type of thing is actually really useful if you've got some specific size you really want to take care of. It's really just kind of neat to keep it in something like this. And this actually has an old Home Depot tag on it too, so that's fun. And this I think I bought it for $2 or $3, and this is probably a $20 to $25 toolbox. So and it's lightweight, even though it's metal. It's lightweight, so this will ship pretty good. So there's that, and then finally I have to do a little homework on this bad boy. Axis and Allies D-Day game. A little beat up. I haven't looked up to see what parts it has or parts it's missing. I may, if it's not complete or not near complete, I may part it out. This game, if it was complete, is about a $40 game. So that's a fun thing to find. And I will probably go through it and check parts and see if I can need to do anything. And it's got a free pin, and that's going to get kept. And anything. So but we'll go through it. I'll go through it and check on the parts. And I just may wind up parting it out that way. I've started to do a couple things here and there with board games, and I think that if you find, I may try to find a handful of those select board games that if you find the right ones at the right price, you can kind of part them out a little bit and do okay with that sort of money. If you can, because like the games themselves, it is a pain to ship that whole game. It's a little heavy, and finding a box to ship it in is a little awkward. I'm used to finding stuff that'll either go into a padded mailer or something around the size of a shoebox. and so I don't keep a lot of bigger boxes on hand. So something shipping something like that can be a little bit aggravating. So you just have to be careful on that. Okay, finally, something, and you'll find a link in the comments below, is I just made last week finally posted a video, and it's a how-to video on hymnals. So if you're needing some pointers on how to flip hymnals, I think I've got a good thing to look at and try to figure out. I have the hymnals that commonly sell. I have hymnals that don't commonly sell, even and what to do with old hymnals and that sort of stuff. So, uh, because that's a little bit of my bread and butter that I can. Uh, I think everybody who's into flipping has stuff that they can grab and don't even have to bother looking up. You know it when you see it, and it may be three things. It may be 100 different items that you've got in the back of your head that you don't even need to pull your phone out to look up. And for me, one of those things is more or less hymnals. There's a handful that I don't even have to bother. So that's something to I would like y'all to take a look at that and like, comment, subscribe. Go to the hymnals video, like, comment, subscribe on that, and I think I'm gonna catch all y'all next time. Have a good one.